Yeah. Hello there, this is a little video to show you how to tackle a problem that many of us face in life. We're in Alaska and we're trying to restore our Jensen Interceptor. And you're a long way from Dunedin. What a dilemma. So Dave, this is a brief explanation of Interceptor inner sills. Right, I'm going to start off with two pieces of steel, mild steel. 1.6mm is the thickness of the steel you need. Dimensions: the rear part, as you can, it's just a 90-degree angle there. You want a piece of steel 188mm wide. Top section 77, rear section 111. Flip it over. The overall length of this piece of steel is 1750, 1750 along the top edge. So a piece that's 1750 by 188 is required with a 90-degree bend there. Front piece of steel. I've got a plan here. It needs to be, again, your starting point is it needs to be 1750 wide, but then obviously it's going to be cut on this angle, so that you'll have to factor that in the future. These are the dimensions. This top flange here, 14mm. Then the 90-degree angle there, as you can see. And then this is 41. 118-degree inner angle. This piece here, this part here is 71mm. And then a 120-degree bend. And finally this little flange here, 12mm. So if you have a quick look at that plan, that gives you your two pieces of mild steel. Right then, the tubes. The wall of the tube here is 3.2mm. The tube's square. The wall is 3.2mm. The outer measurement of this tube, 38mm. And the angle that's cut down at is, where are we? 72 degrees. So that angle there that you can see is 72 degrees. And from front to back, i.e. this measurement here, from the very back part of the tube, from the back part of the tube here to the very front edge here, is, I believe, exactly 100mm. So that's 100mm to there, and then, as I say, you cut that down at an angle of 72 degrees. Right, so that's your two pieces of steel. So once you've cut this front part and bent it up, that angle there, as you can see I've marked on here, is 56 degrees. However, that angle's 56 degrees. However, there's this little flange here which is 12mm. So what you would have to do, well, what I would do is I'd make this piece of steel, I'd make it the 56 degree angle, and then obviously you're going to be cutting that part off in order to put a 12mm flange in there. Right, so that's basically the dimensions of the steel. Now let's move on to the strengthening gussets. Oh no, before I do, come this one. I'm taking all measurements from this end because it's straight. It's a lot easier to measure from than measuring from that end down there, which is diagonal. From this edge, the first jacking tube it's 57mm from the front edge. So that's 57. And then the distance between the two jacking tubes there, so from that face to that face, you got it, yeah? Mm-hmm. Is 1408mm, 1408mm. The distance between the two tubes. Right, strengthening gussets. There are drainage holes and strengthening gussets. Let's talk about strengthening gussets first. No, yes. Let's talk about strengthening gussets first. You see these plug welds. There are three there. Look. You can see 1, 2, 3 there, and vice versa. There and there. Each has 3 plug welds, and this is where they fall. They fall again from this end here, straight edge, yeah. 495 mil, 990 mil. You've got 1322 mil. However, in addition to that, whilst we're on the subject of strengthening gussets, one would assume, and of course you can also see where. Hang on a minute. Forget that. One would assume that those are the only 3 strengthening gussets. However, if you look at this near side sill, again, that's got the plug welds in the same position as those 3 lots of plug welds. However, if you look down the tube there, can you see down there some? If you can see down the tube there, this hasn't got the finishing cap on.
What am I looking for?
You can see where it's blanked off, past the
the
jacking tube.
Oh,
Yeah, can you see past the jacking tube? You can see where there's a plate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Well, that's clearly another gusset, which is just past this jacking tube. So, to be honest, a little bit of research is going to be required to find out exactly what gusset should be inside these. I don't suppose it's that important. I'm sure there are people who will have the answers, but there we are. So there are definitely 3 there where it's plug welded, and there's definitely one here. It's probably on both. I should imagine there's one there as well on this offside tube. So strengthening gussets, which obviously are the same dimensions as the shape of the sill there. Right then, so that's the strengthening gussets. Finally, these holes. One would assume, as you can see, these are made slightly differently. This one's been spot welded, and this one's been MIG'd. But there we go. That's just obviously different, made at different times by different people, I suppose. Right. What have I done here?
Drainage.
Right, drainage holes. Okay. I intended to. I'll do another little bit in a minute. I intend to measure these. Right, that's a 10. Have I? Have I measured them? Right, here we are. Top face. I can get rid of that now. Top face. Yes, I have. So this is the top face of the inner sill. There's an 8mm hole. It's 24mm from the rear edge, so that's 24mm, and that is 208. I'm working on the centre of the hole here because obviously you'll be hole punching and then drilling it out. So centre of the hole, 208mm from the end. Here there's a 13mm hole, the centre of which is 21mm in from the rear edge, and that is 377mm from the front edge. And here we have 3 holes which are 5, 8, 6, 13. No, sorry, 5, 8, 6, 1036, and 14. Is that 1489?
1487.
1487. So that's 586, 1036, and 1487 from this end, and they are 9mm holes that are 8.5mm in from the rear edge. Flip it over. Now these are 10mm holes, and I intended to. I've forgotten. I intended to measure the distances that these are from the front edge. In fact, if you pause for a second, I'll do that one and I'll put the measurement in. Okay, these drainage holes then, they're right at the very bottom of the, so they're touching that bend, that return bend there, and they are from the front edge. A 10mm hole to 94mm, a 13mm hole at 370mm, a 10mm hole at 751. Is that right? 751. Just check. Yeah. 751. A 10mm hole at 1156, and a 10mm hole at 1474. So there we go. So that's the drainage hole. So that would appear to be everything. Now the only The only slight mystery with this is this. I've mentioned these strengthening gussets. There's just go on that one. Here you see this 10mm drainage hole here. There is a little plate in there. Now I assume I showed you a moment ago the way that's got. This other one's got the strengthening gusset just past the jacking tube. I assume that forms part of a strengthening gusset in there. So I assume that's what that is. So so there we go, Dave. But with that, let me just see whether there's anything that I've missed. I think. Oh, angles. No, I put it on there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah. So the angles of that. 118, 120. Have another look at that.
Yeah, got it. You can pause it on that bit.
Yeah. So that's about it. Hopefully, armed with that information, you should be able to. Oh look, blood. The things I do for Jensen owners. Armed with that information, you should be able to knock up a set of inner sills. If you've got any queries, just let me know. But there we are. Obviously, that's a near side, and that's offside. The drainage holes in this one are slightly different from the other one, principally in that where this one has. Come on, here's one. You'll see, if I put them there like that, you'll see that those two coincide. These two coincide, and there, yeah. However, on this offside seal, there are these two 13mm holes. But there's that one there, and that one there. So quite whether that's, I don't know whether that's a drainage tube or something, I don't know what that is, someone may know. That's the only slight difference that I can see between the two inner cells. That's the, you'll have this on your car no doubt, a corroded one. That's the profile of the doorstep. If you need me to measure that, let me know, and I shall do some measurements on that. There we are. Good luck.